and gentlemen, it's now time for our next contest of the evening. 3 5-minute rounds of fighting in the lightweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a mixed martial arts fighter with a professional record of no wins, 1 loss. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall and weighed in at 156 pounds. From Southampton, England, ladies and gentlemen, Danny Compton. His opponent fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a Muay Thai fighter and is making his professional debut tonight. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall and weighed in at 155 1/2 pounds. From Coventry, England, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Pindy, the Warrior, Madahar. And when the action begins, your referee for this contest is Mark Woodard.
The other exciting thing about this, Pierre, as you said, the atmosphere, the music, the fan support, is that both these men like to stand and strike. Now, we've seen it go other ways, but on paper, this could be an upright war.
Well, saying that, Pindy trains with Eric Paulson, who has made catch wrestling very famous. It's America's version, I guess, of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, made famous by Carl Gotch. Big hook there. Immediately, Pindy is taken down to the ground. However, he's not content. He's moving the hips, trying to possibly go to all fours, which he does. Now, good sprawl there by Danny Compton.
Well, the thing is here, this whole situation came from both men coming out and throwing leather immediately, but both getting the distance wrong.
That may be because it's very early in their career. They still have those pre-fight jitters. They each want to make that connection first. And again, it's all about range when you're talking about mixed martial arts. Now you have Compton just content to hold the body lock or the front body lock on Pindy. Pindy could try to sit out possibly. If there's no action, the referee will stand it back up.
That's right, Mark Woodard looking closely, but Compton going for the back.
Now Compton has got what's called seat belt, 1 over, 1 under. If he could set the hooks in, then he possibly could set up for a rear naked choke. Now he looked to set the hook there, however, Pindy blocked it. Compton has both hooks set in, however, the right hook is not fully secured. Now look at this, immediately he's got the hooks in, and he goes straight for the rear naked choke.
Yes, this is early in the round as well, so there's plenty of time for him, and for Madahar, he put himself under a lot of pressure coming in for his debut in basically what is his hometown, for want of a better term, with such a big fan following. And it's a long time to work his way out of this now, with still over 3 minutes of the round left.
Right. Now, I don't know if you noticed earlier, look at this here, looking for a full mount position. Pindy scooting the hips out. Now both guys have each other, and look at that. Now this shows a little bit of anxiety or, jumping the gun. He went for the guillotine, however, he didn't have the full guard, which would allow him to, complete that submission attempt.
Well, as you mentioned earlier, Pierre, in professional terms, this is still very early in their career and a very big stage.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Both of these guys, will have thought about this fight, ran through, different scenarios. Now look at this here. Again, he's trying to stretch him out.
Pops the head free though this time.
Now Madahar has given up his back a couple times. I'd like for him to try to, better his position. Let's peel out those hooks. Let's try to sit out, and let's try to get a dominant position versus, carrying Danny Compton on your back for the full first round.
Yeah, well, so far, as you quite rightly mentioned, it's been all Danny Compton. The nerve showing with both men, but Compton has certainly controlled the early part of this fight.
Yeah, and it's a very scrappy fight. What I hope happens is both guys settle in, get the nervous energy out, and that we can see more of a technical, more of a back and forth between the two fighters.
Well, in many ways, sometimes when, like in Madahar's example, you're making your debut, it is a real bonus to get back to your corner at the end of the first and survived and been there. As you said, fighters think about it all the time, and your worst nightmare is the first round stoppage.
I mean, no fighter wants to, especially if they've been dominated the first round, no fighter wants to go out on a loss. But again, you've trained so hard, 6 to 8 weeks, and to, lose it all in the first round, yeah, it's definitely a gut-wrenching experience.
Now looking at the other side of the coin, Pierre, with 1 minute 30 now, Madahar has weathered the worst of that storm.
Now Madahar is going for what's called a calf crush. If he can slide his leg just a little bit further in, he may be able to complete this submission. However, saying that, I don't know if Compton knows how much danger he was in, but saying that, Pendy releases the calf crush.
Yes, as I was saying earlier though, Pierre, when you get back to your corner, will Danny Compton possibly rue the fact that he had 3 really good chances there in this first round? We've seen in previous fights on this show, which has been remarkable already, incredible turnarounds.
Left hook, right cross. Now look at this here. Danny Compton coming formerly from the Lumpini gym, known as a striker. However, he wanted no part of the stand-up. Immediately, he takes Pendy down again. Pendy looked like he was trying to, throw some combinations, maybe change the momentum of this fight. However, back in familiar territory.
And as you said, that familiar to the point that he's almost got his back again. Now, if he manages to get back to the corner with the end of the last 30 seconds, surely Pendy's kind of got to warn him about it. He's given up his back far too easily in this round.
Well, what both corners are going to say is, hey, we've done the first round. You felt his energy. Let's calm down. Let's work our game plan. Let's do the things that we trained in the gym. But yes, to make a long story short, he will be told, do not give your back.
Because again, we're in familiar territory for both men. And as I was saying, the question I posed earlier though, Pierre, was how frustrated will Danny Compton be? That's a totally dominant round with a lot of the time having the back but not gaining the submission.
Well, it is frustrating, but it's the job of the corner to kind of bring you back down, calm you down, tell you the 2 to 3 things to help you in the second round, and just basically let's get you back focused, back on track.
But that said, you've got to say a 100% dominant round 1 for Danny Compton.
Now right there, you see Pendy again. When you was talking about that range, he was too close for those punches, and that's why Compton was able to break down his distance, push him up against the cage, and again, take him back down for the second or third time in that first round. Both guys are getting last-minute instruction before the start of the second round. For me, I'd be telling Compton, do more of the same, but let's set it up. Let's use more ground and pound to give up some, give an arm to give your back. Let's not just fish for the submission. Let's run it with some ground and pound also.
And again, was that a carbon copy of round 1? Was that a replay or the start of the second round, Pierre?
Over in the second round, because it looked like the first round to me. But now look at this here. He has it underneath the chin. However, I believe Pendy is going to be able to pop the head out. Now, if Pendy pops the head out, this will be the first time that he'll have that top position. Let's see what he can do with that. Now, Pendy does have room to breathe. He doesn't look like he's in too much trouble now. He's in Compton's half guard. Let's see what he can do with it.
See if that training, as you said, with Eric Paulson pays off for a man that was primarily known before for his striking. And after that first round, he must capitalise here, Pierre. It's as simple as that.
Now, immediately he passes from that half guard into full mount. He's throwing some heavy leather. He connects. Now, he doesn't want to gas himself out. He wants to pick his shots, saying that he just bounced Compton's head off the canvas.
Yes, these are worrying moments for Compton. Mark Woodard is now telling him to actively defend himself, and he's seen enough. It has to be active defense, Pierre. You saw Mark Woodard say to him, start defending yourself. What a turnaround in the space of a round.
Now, we've seen 2 fights like that, back-to-back. The last one, Madahar versus Devane, where it's going all one way, and then a change of events, and then, the guy that was losing walks out with his hand raised in the air.
And it came again, as you said, the first time that Madahar had top position.
Well, this will definitely address some concerns from the gym of, Pendy. He'll need to work his bottom game, giving up his back. But saying that, once he got that top position, it was all Pendy Madahar.
When he watches the replays, will Danny Compton rue that first round?
Oh, definitely, because I think that there were moments in that first round where he had the back, where if he would have showed just a little more urgency, again, ground and pound to open, the submissions up, I think he could have ended it there in the first. He had plenty of opportunities.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mark Woodard has called a stop to this fight at 106 of the second